How many of us had parents who openly discussed money matters? How many of us learned about budgeting, saving, or investing in school? For many, the answer is probably not enough. The good news is, it's never too late to learn. Just like learning any new skill, mastering personal finance takes time and effort. But the rewards are well worth it. When you understand how money works, you gain a sense of control over your life. You're no longer at the mercy of your finances, you're in the driver's seat. In the coming chapters, we'll break down complex financial concepts into easy-to-understand language. We'll provide practical tips and strategies that you can start using today. Remember, financial literacy is a journey, not a destination. The first step to mastering any game is to acknowledge that you need to learn the rules. The same is true for personal finance. Many people avoid dealing with their finances because it feels overwhelming or even scary. But burying your head in the sand will only make the situation worse. The truth is, taking control of your finances is empowering. It allows you to make conscious choices about your money and your future. It gives you the freedom to pursue your dreams and live life on your own terms. This book will give you the tools and knowledge you need to become financially literate. We'll cover everything from creating a budget to understanding different investment options. We'll also discuss the importance of managing debt and building good credit. Remember, financial success is not about being rich, it's about having control over your money so you can live a life you love. Are you ready to take control? Let's get started. A budget. It's not the most exciting word, is it? It sounds restrictive, limiting. But the truth is, a budget is your roadmap to financial freedom. It's the tool that allows you to take control of your money and make it work for you. Think of a budget like a spending plan. It's a way to track your income and expenses so you can see where your money is going. Once you have a clear picture of your cash flow, you can start making informed decisions about how to spend, save, and invest your hard-earned money. The first step to creating a budget is to identify your income. This includes your salary, wages, bonuses, and any other sources of regular income. Next, list out all of your expenses. Be thorough, and don't forget to include things like groceries, transportation, entertainment, and those sneaky little subscription services that can add up over time. Now comes the fun part, sort of, analyzing your spending habits. Look at where your money is going and identify areas where you can cut back. Are you spending more than you realize on takeout coffee or restaurant meals? Could you be saving money on your monthly bills by negotiating a better rate? Section 2, tracking your cash flow. Now that you have a basic understanding of your income and expenses, it's time to start tracking your cash flow. This means keeping a record of every dollar that comes in and goes out. There are several ways to track your spending. You can use a simple notebook and pen, a spreadsheet on your computer, or one of the many budgeting apps available. The important thing is to find a method that works for you and stick with it. One popular budgeting method is the 50-30-20 rule. This approach suggests allocating 50% of your after-tax income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Needs include essential expenses like housing, food, and transportation. Wants are non-essential items like entertainment, dining out, and hobbies. Tracking your cash flow can be an eye-opening experience. It's often surprising to see where our money actually goes, but knowledge is power. Once you have a handle on your spending habits, you can start making changes to align your spending with your financial goals. Section 3, cutting the fat. Let's face it, most of us could stand to cut back on our spending a bit, but that doesn't mean you have to live a life of deprivation. The key is to be strategic about where you cut back and to focus on areas where you won't feel the pinch as much. One easy way to save money is to reduce your monthly bills. Negotiate lower rates on your cable, internet, and cell phone bills. Consider switching to a cheaper car insurance provider. Look for ways to reduce your energy consumption at home. Another area where you can often find savings is in your discretionary spending. This includes things like entertainment, dining out, and shopping. Challenge yourself to eat out less often and cook more meals at home. Look for free or low-cost entertainment options in your community. And before you make a purchase, ask yourself if you really need it or if it's just a want. Section 4, budgeting with a regular income. Budgeting with a regular paycheck is one thing, but what if your income is irregular? Maybe you're a freelancer, a business owner, or you work a seasonal job. The good news is you can still create a budget and manage your money effectively. The key to budgeting with an irregular income is to create a realistic forecast of your earnings. Look back at your past income for the past several months or even years to get an idea of your average monthly income. If you know you have some lean months coming up, try to save a little extra during the busier times to help even out your cash flow. Another helpful strategy is to prioritize your expenses. Divide your expenses into two categories, essential and non-essential. Essential expenses are those that you absolutely need to cover each month, like housing, food, and utilities. Non-essential expenses are those that you can cut back on or eliminate altogether if necessary, like entertainment and dining out. Finally, don't be afraid to adjust your budget as needed. Life is unpredictable and your income may fluctuate from month to month. That's perfectly okay. The important thing is to have a plan in place and to be flexible enough to adjust your spending as needed. Saving money. It might not sound as glamorous as investing in the stock market or buying real estate, but it's the foundation of any solid financial plan. Saving allows you to build a financial cushion to weather unexpected storms and to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. One of the most important concepts to understand about saving is the power of compound growth. In simple terms, compound growth means earning interest on your interest. It's like a snowball effect. The longer you save, the more your money grows and the faster it grows. Let's say you invest $1,000 in an account that earns a 10% annual return. After the first year, you'll have earned $100 in interest, bringing your total to $1,100. But here's where the magic happens. In the second year, you're not just earning interest on your original $1,000. You're also earning interest on the $100 in interest you earned the year before. This might seem like small potatoes at first, but over time, the power of compound growth really kicks in. The earlier you start saving, the more time your money has to grow, and the more you'll benefit from the magic of compounding. Before you start thinking about investing or pursuing other financial goals, it's crucial to have a solid emergency fund in place. An emergency fund is a stash of cash that you can tap into in case of unexpected expenses, like a job loss, a medical emergency, or a major car repair. Having an emergency fund can mean the difference between weathering a financial storm and going into debt. It provides peace of mind, knowing that you have a financial cushion to fall back on if the unexpected happens. So, how much should you have in your emergency fund? A good rule of thumb is to have 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved up. This means that if you lost your job or had another financial setback, you'd be able to cover your essential expenses for 3 to 6 months while you get back on your feet. Building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it's one of the most important things you can do for your financial well-being. Start by setting a savings goal and then create a plan to reach that goal. Even if you can only afford to save a small amount each month, every little bit helps. While it's important to have a long-term savings plan, it's also helpful to set short-term savings goals. Short-term goals are those that you can achieve in a relatively short period of time, typically within a year or two. Having short-term savings goals can help you stay motivated and on track with your overall financial plan. It's also a great way to reward yourself for your hard work and to enjoy the fruits of your savings. Some examples of short-term savings goals include saving for a down payment on a car, taking a vacation, making a major purchase, like a new appliance or piece of furniture, and paying off a credit card balance. When setting short-term savings goals, it's important to be realistic about your income and expenses. Don't set yourself up for failure by setting a goal that's simply not achievable given your current financial situation. One of the best ways to make sure you're saving consistently is to automate the process. This means setting up a system where a certain amount of money is automatically transferred from your checking account to your savings account each month. Automating your savings takes the guesswork out of saving and helps you build good financial habits. It's like putting your savings on autopilot. You set it and forget it, and your money grows automatically over time. Most banks and credit unions offer automatic savings plans. You can usually set up a recurring transfer online or by contacting your bank directly. Some employers also offer direct deposit programs where you can have a portion of your paycheck automatically deposited into your savings account. Saving money is essential, but it's only the first step. To truly grow your wealth and achieve financial freedom, you need to put your money to work for you. This is where investing comes in. Think of it this way: your money is like a seed. If you keep it buried in a piggy bank, it will never grow. But if you plant that seed, your savings, in the fertile ground of the market, it has the potential to blossom into a mighty financial tree. Investing is simply the act of putting your money to work in assets that have the potential to increase in value over time. This could be anything from stocks and bonds to real estate and precious metals. The key is to choose investments that align with your financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. Remember, investing is not just for the wealthy. You don't need a lot of money to get started. The most important thing is to start early. Be consistent and let the power of compound growth work its magic. The world of investing can seem complex and intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Let's break down some of the most common investment options. There are stocks. When you buy stock in a company, you're essentially buying a small piece of ownership in that company. Stock prices fluctuate based on a variety of factors, including company performance, industry trends, and overall market sentiment. Bonds. Bonds are essentially loans that you make to governments or corporations. In exchange for lending your money, you receive regular interest payments and the return of your principal at the end of the bond's term. Mutual funds and exchange-traded funds, ETFs. These investment vehicles pool money from many investors to invest in a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, or other assets. They offer a convenient way to achieve instant diversification and are a popular choice for beginner investors. Real estate investing in real estate can involve buying, holding, and selling properties for profit. This could be anything from residential homes to commercial buildings or even land. Precious metals, gold, silver, and other precious metals are often seen as a safe haven asset, meaning their value tends to hold up or even increase during times of economic uncertainty. These are just a few of the many investment options available. The best way to choose the right investments for you is to do your research. Seek advice from a qualified financial advisor and create a diversified portfolio that aligns with your financial goals. Section 3. Managing risk diversification and asset allocation. One of the most important principles of investing is managing risk. No investment is entirely risk-free, and even the most experienced investors can lose money. However, there are ways to mitigate risk and protect your hard-earned savings. Diversification is the practice of spreading your investments across different asset classes like stocks, bonds, real estate, and so on, as well as industries such as technology, healthcare, energy, and more, and even geographical regions. The idea behind diversification is that if one investment performs poorly, others may perform well, helping to cushion the blow. Asset allocation is closely related to diversification and involves deciding what percentage of your portfolio to allocate to different asset classes. The specific allocation will depend on your risk tolerance, time horizon, and financial goals. For example, A younger investor with a longer time horizon may choose to allocate a larger portion of their portfolio to stocks, which have the potential for higher returns, but also come with greater volatility. Remember, diversification and asset allocation are not one-time events. They require ongoing monitoring and adjustments as your financial situation, risk tolerance, and market conditions change. Section 4. The long game, patience, and consistency in investing. Investing is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making smart, informed decisions and sticking to your plan over the long term, even when the market gets bumpy. One of the biggest mistakes investors make is trying to time the market, that is, trying to buy low and sell high. The truth is, even the most seasoned professionals have a hard time predicting short-term market movements. Instead of trying to time the market, focus on time the market. The longer you stay invested, the more time your money has to grow and the more you'll benefit from the power of compound growth. Remember, investing is not about getting rich quick. It's about building wealth gradually and steadily over time. Be patient, stay disciplined, and don't let emotions dictate your investment decisions. The market will have its ups and downs, but by staying the course and sticking to your plan, you'll be well positioned to achieve your long-term financial goals. Section 1. Understanding debt, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Debt. It's a word that often carries negative connotations, conjuring up images of mounting bills, harassing phone calls, and financial stress. But the truth is, not all debt is created equal. Some debt can be a useful tool for building wealth, while other types of debt can quickly spiral out of control, jeopardizing your financial future. Let's start by distinguishing between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is generally considered to be debt that is used to invest in assets that will appreciate in value over time. This could include things like a mortgage on a home, as real estate is typically considered a good investment, since property values tend to rise over the long term, or a student loan, because investing in your education can lead to higher earning potential in the future. And even a business loan, as taking on debt to start or grow a business, can be a smart move if the business is successful. Bad debt, on the other hand, is debt that is used to purchase depreciating assets, things that lose value over time. This could include credit card debt, where using credit cards for everyday purchases and then carrying a balance can quickly lead to a mountain of high-interest debt. Or car loans, since cars are notorious for depreciating in value. As soon as you drive a new car off the lot, it loses a significant portion of its value. And payday loans, those short-term, high-interest loans that are designed to trap borrowers in a cycle of debt. The key to managing debt effectively is to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt and to make conscious choices about the types of debt you take on. Getting out of the red, strategies for debt repayment. If you're currently struggling with debt, know that you're not alone. Millions of people are facing similar challenges. The good news is there are proven strategies that can help you get out of debt and regain control of your finances. Here are a few popular approaches. The debt snowball method. This method involves listing out all of your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. You then focus on making minimum payments on all of your debts, except the smallest one. You throw as much extra money as you can at the smallest debt until it's paid off. Once the smallest debt is eliminated, you take the money you were putting toward that debt and apply it to the next smallest debt, and so on. The idea behind this method is to create a sense of momentum and motivation as you see your debts disappear one by one. The debt avalanche method. This method prioritizes paying off debts with the highest interest rates first. You list out your debts from highest interest rate to lowest and then focus on making extra payments on the debt with the highest interest rate while making minimum payments on all other debts. The advantage of this approach is that you'll save more money on interest charges over the long run. Debt consolidation. If you have multiple debts with high interest rates, you may want to consider consolidating those debts into a single loan with a lower interest rate. This can simplify your finances and make it easier to manage your monthly payments. No matter which debt repayment strategy you choose, the most important thing is to be consistent and disciplined. Create a budget, track your progress, and celebrate your milestones along the way. Section 3. Credit cards. Friend or foe, credit cards can be a double-edged sword. Used responsibly, they can be a valuable tool for building credit, earning rewards, and managing your cash flow. However, used irresponsibly, they can quickly lead to a downward spiral of debt. Here's the key to using credit cards to your advantage. Treat your credit card like a debit card. Only charge what you can afford to pay in full when the bill arrives. Avoid the temptation to overspend just because you have a credit card. Pay your balance in full each month. This will help you avoid paying interest charges, which can quickly add up. Use your credit card for strategic purchases. Take advantage of rewards programs and cashback offers, but only if you were already planning to make those purchases. Monitor your credit card statements carefully. Check for any errors or fraudulent activity. Remember, credit card companies make money when you carry a balance and accrue interest charges. Your goal is to use credit cards to your advantage, not to let them use you. Section 4. Protecting your credit score, building a solid financial foundation. Your credit score is a numerical representation of your credit worthiness. It's a 3-digit number that lenders use to assess your risk as a borrower. A higher credit score indicates to lenders that you're a lower risk borrower, which can qualify you for lower interest rates and better loan terms. A lower credit score, on the other hand, can make it more difficult to get approved for loans, rent an apartment, or even secure certain jobs. Here are some key factors that affect your credit score. Payment history. This is the most important factor, accounting for about 35% of your credit score. Make all of your payments on time, every time. Credit utilization. This refers to the amount of credit you're using compared to your total available credit. Aim to keep your credit utilization below 30%. Length of credit history. A longer credit history is generally better. Types of credit. A mix of credit types, credit cards, installment loans, mortgages, can be beneficial for your credit score. New credit. Applying for too much new credit in a short period of time can hurt your credit score. Protecting your credit score is essential for maintaining a solid financial foundation. By practicing responsible credit habits and monitoring your credit report regularly, you can build and maintain a good credit score, which will open doors to financial opportunities and help you achieve your financial goals. Section 1. Your financial journey. We've covered a lot of ground in this book, from the importance of budgeting and saving to the ins and outs of investing and debt management. But remember, personal finance is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor. It's about finding what works best for you, your individual circumstances, and your financial goals. Think of this book as a roadmap. It's provided you with the directions, but you're the one holding the steering wheel. You get to decide where you want to go and how you're going to get there. There will be detours along the way, unexpected roadblocks, and maybe even a few wrong turns, but that's okay. The important thing is to keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward on your financial journey. Section 2. The power of financial literacy. Financial literacy is more than just understanding numbers. It's about understanding the value of your money, your time, and your future. It's about making informed decisions that empower you to live a life you love, free from the burden of financial stress. When you're financially literate, you're no longer intimidated by financial jargon or complex investment strategies. You understand the language of money and you're confident in your ability to manage your finances effectively. Remember, financial freedom is not a destination, it's a journey. There will always be more to learn, more to grow, and new challenges to overcome. But by embracing the principles of financial literacy, you're equipping yourself with the knowledge and tools you need to navigate the complexities of personal finance and achieve your financial dreams.
Let's talk about money. It's important, even if it seems boring. Understanding money now sets you up for success later. Think of it like learning a new language. Once you know it, a whole world opens up. Knowing about finances helps you make smart choices. You'll learn how to budget, save, and invest. This means you can buy things you want and plan for your future. Don't wait. Start learning about money now. It's like a superpower that helps you achieve your dreams. Whether it's traveling the world or buying a house, financial knowledge is key. Budgeting sounds scary, right? It's not. It's simply telling your money where to go. First, track your income money from a job, allowance, or gifts. Next, list your expenses, things you spend money on. This could be food, transportation, or entertainment. Now compare your income and expenses. Are you spending more than you earn? If so, adjust your spending. Find ways to cut back. Maybe pack lunch instead of eating out. A budget helps you stay in control and avoid debt. Saving is putting money aside for the future. It's like having a safety net for unexpected expenses or reaching your goals. Start small. Even a few dollars each week adds up. Open a savings account. It's a safe place to keep your money and earn a little interest. Set a savings goal. Do you want a new phone, a car, or to travel? Having a goal makes saving easier. Make saving a habit. Treat it like a bill you pay yourself every month. Section 4. Investing 101. Growing your money for the future. Investing is putting your money to work for you. It's like planting a seed that grows into a tree. Start learning about investing early. The sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. There are different ways to invest, like stocks and bonds. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Talk to a financial advisor. They can guide you and suggest investments that fit your goals. Remember, investing involves risk, but with knowledge and a long-term perspective, it can help you build wealth over time. Section 5. Credit Decoded. Understanding the two sides of borrowing. Credit can be helpful or harmful depending on how you use it. It allows you to borrow money and pay it back later with interest. Credit cards are a common form of credit. Use them responsibly by paying off your balance in full each month. Having good credit is important. It affects your ability to rent an apartment, get a loan, or even secure a job. Build good credit by using credit wisely, paying bills on time, and not overspending. Remember, credit is a tool, not free money. Use it wisely to your advantage. Section 6. Student loans. Managing your education debt. Many students take out loans to pay for college. It's important to understand how student loans work and how to manage them. Before borrowing, explore all your options, like scholarships and grants. Borrow only what you need. Once you have loans, create a repayment plan. Consider different repayment options like income-driven plans. Paying off your student loans on time helps you build a strong credit history and avoid financial stress later on. Section 7. The Road to Financial Freedom. Key takeaways and long-term benefits. Congratulations! You've learned the basics of financial literacy. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Keep learning and make smart choices with your money. The benefits of financial literacy are endless. You'll be in control of your finances, avoid debt, and achieve your goals. You can buy a house, travel the world, and have a secure future. Start now, be patient, and enjoy the rewards of financial freedom.
Refresh the everyday with Mentos gum. Yes to fresh.
Financial literacy. It might sound intimidating, but it's simply the ability to understand and manage your money effectively. It's about taking control of your financial well-being, making informed decisions, and achieving your financial goals. Why is financial literacy crucial? Because it empowers you to navigate the complex world of money with confidence. It allows you to make smart choices about spending, saving, investing, and borrowing, ultimately leading to a more secure and prosperous future. This guide will equip you with the fundamental knowledge and practical tips to master your finances. We'll break down complex concepts into easy-to-understand terms, providing actionable advice to help you get started on your path to financial success. Remember, financial literacy is a journey, not a destination. It's about continuous learning, adapting, and making conscious choices that align with your values and aspirations. Let's begin. Before you can effectively manage your money, you need to understand where it's coming from. Your income is the foundation of your financial well-being. It encompasses all sources of money you receive regularly, including salaries, money earned from employment, wages, money earned based on hours worked, self-employment income, money earned from your own business, and investments, money earned from dividends, interest, or capital gains. Knowing your total income is crucial for budgeting, saving, and planning for the future. It's essential to track your income consistently, whether through a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or a simple notebook. Once you have a clear picture of your income, you can start making informed decisions about how to allocate it wisely. This leads us to our next section, budgeting. A budget is simply a plan for how you will spend your money each month. It helps you track your income and expenses, ensuring that you're living within your means and making progress towards your financial goals. Creating a budget might seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Start by listing all your sources of income. Then track your expenses for a month, categorizing them as essential, like rent and groceries, and discretionary, like dining out and entertainment. Once you have a clear picture of your cash flow, you can start allocating your income towards different categories, such as needs, essential expenses like housing, food, and transportation, wants, discretionary expenses like entertainment, travel, and dining out, savings, money set aside for emergencies, future goals, or investments, and debt repayment, money allocated to paying down existing debts. The key is to find a budgeting method that works for you. Popular methods include the 50-30-20 budget, the envelope system, and zero-based budgeting. Saving is the cornerstone of financial security. It provides a safety net for emergencies, enables you to achieve financial goals, and offers peace of mind. There are several types of savings goals, including an emergency fund, a reserve of 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses to cover unexpected events like job loss or medical emergencies. Short-term goals, savings for purchases you plan to make within the next year, such as a vacation or a down payment on a car. And long-term goals, savings for goals that are further out, such as retirement or your children's education. The key to successful saving is to make it a habit. Automate your savings by setting up regular transfers from your checking account to your savings account. Start small and gradually increase the amount you save over time. Even small amounts add up in the long run thanks to the power of compound interest, which is essentially earning interest on your interest. Section 5. Investing Basics. Growing your wealth over time. Once you have a solid handle on budgeting and saving, you can start exploring investment opportunities to grow your wealth over time. Investing involves putting your money to work in assets that have the potential to increase in value over the long term. There are various investment options, each with its own risk and potential return. Stocks, ownership shares in publicly traded companies. Bonds, debt securities that pay a fixed interest rate. Mutual funds, baskets of stocks, bonds, or other assets managed by professional fund managers. Real estate, property investments such as rental properties or land. The key to successful investing is to diversify your portfolio, meaning spreading your investments across different asset classes to minimize risk. It's also crucial to have a long-term perspective and avoid making impulsive decisions based on short-term market fluctuations. Investing can seem complex, but there are resources available to help you get started. Consider seeking guidance from a financial advisor or using robo-advisors, which are automated platforms that create and manage investment portfolios based on your risk tolerance and financial goals. Section 6. Demystifying credit. A double-edged sword. Credit plays a significant role in our financial lives. It allows us to make large purchases, such as a car or a home, without having to pay the full amount up front. However, it's essential to understand how credit works and use it responsibly. Your credit score is a numerical representation of your creditworthiness based on your credit history, which includes factors like payment history, whether you pay your bills on time, credit utilization, the amount of credit you're using compared to your total available credit, length of credit history, how long you've been using credit. Types of credit. The mix of credit accounts you have, such as credit cards, loans, and mortgages. A good credit score can save you money on interest rates and insurance premiums. On the other hand, a poor credit score can make it difficult to obtain loans, rent an apartment, or even secure a job. To build and maintain good credit, pay your bills on time, every time. Keep your credit utilization low. Avoid opening too many credit accounts in a short period. Review your credit report regularly for errors. Section 7. Managing debt. Taking control of your finances. Debt is a common financial challenge, but it can quickly spiral out of control if not managed effectively. Common types of debt include credit card debt, unpaid balances on credit cards, often carrying high interest rates. Student loan debt, loans taken out to finance education expenses. Personal loans, unsecured loans used for various purposes. Mortgages, loans used to purchase a home. The key to managing debt is to create a plan for paying it down as quickly as possible. Start by prioritizing your debts, focusing on those with the highest interest rates first. Consider debt consolidation, which involves combining multiple debts into one with a lower interest rate. You can also explore balance transfer credit cards, which offer a promotional period of 0% APR. Remember, the goal is to become debt-free and regain control of your finances. Section 8. Seeking professional guidance. When and how. While this guide provides a solid foundation in financial literacy, seeking professional guidance from a financial advisor can be beneficial, especially for complex financial situations or when you need personalized advice. A financial advisor can help you with investment management. Creating and managing a diversified investment portfolio tailored to your risk tolerance and financial goals. Retirement planning. Developing a comprehensive plan to ensure a comfortable retirement. Estate planning. Creating a plan for the distribution of your assets after your death. Tax planning. Minimizing your tax liability through legal means. When choosing a financial advisor, look for someone who is fiduciary, legally obligated to act in your best interests. Experienced. Has a proven track record of success. Trustworthy. Someone you feel comfortable sharing your financial information with. Section 9. Conclusion. Embark on your financial literacy journey. Congratulations on taking the first step towards mastering your finances. By understanding the basics of budgeting, saving, investing, credit, and debt management, you've equipped yourself with the knowledge to make informed financial decisions. Remember, financial literacy is an ongoing journey. Continue to educate yourself, stay informed about financial matters, and seek professional guidance when needed. Start small, be patient, and celebrate your progress along the way. By taking control of your finances, you're paving the way for a more secure and prosperous future.
The power of good credit. Unlock a brighter financial future. Good credit is more than just a number. It's a passport to financial freedom. With good credit, you unlock better interest rates on loans. This can save you thousands of dollars over time. Good credit also makes renting an apartment easier. Landlords prefer tenants with a history of financial responsibility. Imagine qualifying for lower insurance premiums. That's another perk of good credit. Insurance companies often view good credit as a sign of lower risk. Even getting a job can be smoother with good credit. Some employers check credit history as part of their hiring process. Building good credit is an investment in your future. Good credit opens doors to a brighter future. It provides peace of mind and financial security. Take control of your credit today. Your future self will thank you. Start by understanding what makes up your credit score. Then you can begin to make positive changes. Unveiling your credit story. Obtaining and understanding your credit report. Your credit report is like a financial report card. It tells lenders about your borrowing history. You have the right to a free credit report every year. Request yours from each of the 3 major credit bureaus. These are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Review your credit reports carefully. Look for any inaccuracies or errors. Make sure all the accounts listed belong to you. Check for any late payments that might be incorrect. Understanding your credit report is the first step to improving it. Each section of your report impacts your credit score. Payment history is a major factor. Credit utilization, or how much credit you use, is also important. The length of your credit history also plays a role. The more you know, the better you can manage your credit. Reclaiming your credit narrative. Correcting errors on your credit report. Mistakes on your credit report can hurt your score. It's crucial to dispute any errors you find. Contact the credit bureau directly to file a dispute. Provide evidence to support your claim. This could be a bank statement or a letter from a creditor. The credit bureau will investigate your dispute. They must respond within 30 days. If the error is verified, it will be removed from your report. Disputing errors is your right. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Accurate information is key to a fair credit score. Regularly check your reports for errors. Promptly address any discrepancies you find. Taking action protects your creditworthiness. Your financial well-being depends on it. Conquering debt. Effective strategies for paying down what you owe. Paying down debt can feel overwhelming. Start by creating a budget to track income and expenses. Identify areas where you can cut back on spending. This will free up more money to put towards debt. Prioritize your debts strategically. The debt snowball method focuses on paying off the smallest debt first. This can create momentum and motivation. Another option is the avalanche method. This tackles the debt with the highest interest rate first. Consider negotiating with your creditors. They may be willing to lower your interest rates. This can save you money and help you pay off debt faster. Remember, every little bit counts. Section 5. Mastering credit cards. Responsible use for a healthy financial life. Credit cards can be helpful tools when used responsibly. Avoid using them for impulse purchases. Only charge what you can afford to pay back in full each month. High credit card balances can damage your credit score. Pay your credit card bill on time, every time. Set up automatic payments to avoid late fees. Keep track of your spending and stay within your budget. Responsible credit card use builds a positive credit history. Limit the number of credit cards you have. Having too many can be tempting and difficult to manage. Choose cards with low interest rates and rewards programs. But remember, rewards shouldn't be the main reason for using a credit card. Section 6. Seeking expert guidance, credit counseling, and debt management programs. If you're struggling with debt, you're not alone. Credit counseling agencies offer guidance and support. They can help you create a budget and develop a debt management plan. Reputable credit counseling agencies are nonprofit organizations. Debt management programs can consolidate your debts. This means you make one monthly payment to the credit counseling agency. They distribute the funds to your creditors. This can simplify your finances and reduce stress. Credit counseling can provide valuable resources. They offer educational workshops and financial literacy programs. Taking advantage of these resources can empower you to take control of your finances. Section 7. Building a solid foundation, establishing positive credit history. Building credit from scratch can seem daunting. Start by opening a secured credit card. These cards require a security deposit, which acts as your credit limit. Use the card responsibly and make payments on time. Becoming an authorized user on someone else's account can help. This allows you to benefit from their positive credit history. Make sure the account holder is responsible with their credit. Consider a credit builder loan. These loans are designed to help people establish credit. You make regular payments, which are reported to the credit bureaus. Over time, this builds a positive credit history. Section 8. Safeguarding your credit. Protecting yourself from identity theft. Identity theft can damage your credit and finances. Protect your personal information carefully. Shred documents containing sensitive data. Beware of phishing scams and suspicious emails. Monitor your credit reports regularly for suspicious activity. Report any unauthorized accounts or inquiries immediately. Consider a credit monitoring service for added protection. Be cautious when sharing personal information online. Use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Stay informed about the latest scams and how to avoid them. Section 9. The road to financial wellness. Patience, persistence, and positive habits. Repairing your credit takes time and effort. Be patient with the process and don't get discouraged. Focus on making consistent, positive changes over time. Celebrate your progress along the way. Develop healthy financial habits that support good credit. Live within your means and avoid overspending. Save for emergencies and plan for the future. Financial wellness is a journey, not a destination. Remember, you're not alone. Many resources and support systems are available. Seek guidance from financial experts and credit counseling agencies. With determination and the right tools, you can achieve your financial goals. Section 10. Maintaining good credit. A lifelong journey of financial responsibility. Maintaining good credit is an ongoing process. Continue to monitor your credit reports regularly. Pay your bills on time and keep your credit card balances low. Avoid opening too many new accounts. Use credit wisely and strategically. Don't be afraid to say no to credit offers you don't need. Prioritize your financial well-being over material possessions. Good credit empowers you to live life on your terms. It provides financial freedom and peace of mind. Make responsible financial decisions and enjoy the benefits of good credit for years to come. Section 11. Resources for continued success. Tools and support for your credit journey. There are many resources available to support your credit journey. Websites like annualcreditreport.com offer free credit reports. The Federal Trade Commission provides information on consumer rights. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau offers guidance on managing finances. Consider financial literacy programs or workshops. These programs can enhance your understanding of credit and debt management. Connect with financial advisors or credit counselors for personalized guidance. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you learn about credit and finance, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions. Take advantage of the resources available and embark on a path to financial success.
Hey there, future captains of industry. Let's talk about something super important for your business journey, business credit. What is it? Imagine a report card, but for your company. This report card tells lenders and suppliers how responsible your business is with money. Good business credit opens doors. It's like having a VIP pass to better loan terms, lower interest rates, and even favorable payment terms with suppliers. Think of it as building trust in the business world. Now, here's the thing. Business credit is separate from your personal credit. Your business builds its own credit history based on its financial behavior, and that's what we're going to explore next. Get ready to unlock the secrets of building a stellar business credit score. Imagine strolling into a bank asking for a loan and having the bank shower you with cash simply because you seem nice. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Lenders need reassurance, a way to assess risk. That's where business credit steps in. Good business credit is like having a golden ticket. It can help you secure loans with lower interest rates, saving you money in the long run. Suppliers may offer you better payment terms, maybe even giving you more time to pay them. Think about it. Wouldn't you rather do business with someone who has a proven track record of paying their bills on time? Of course you would. That's the power of strong business credit. It makes you look reliable and trustworthy in the eyes of others. All right, entrepreneurs, let's get down to business. Before you can build credit, you need to lay a solid foundation. First things first, make sure your business is structured properly. Sole proprietorships, partnerships, LLCs, each has implications for your business credit. Consult with a legal or financial professional to determine the best structure for your specific needs. Next up, get your business basics in order. We're talking a dedicated business bank account, a professional business phone line, and a separate business address. These elements signal to creditors that you're serious about your business. Remember, a strong foundation leads to a strong credit profile, so take the time to get these essentials right from the start. With your foundation set, it's time to build your business credit profile. Think of it like creating a credit resume for your company. Start by establishing credit with companies that report to business credit bureaus. Office supply stores, utility companies, and even gas stations often report business transactions. Make sure you're using your business credit card and paying your bills on time, just like you would with your personal credit. Another smart move is to obtain a Dun & Bradstreet DUNS number. It's like a social security number for your business, helping lenders and suppliers find your credit information. Building business credit takes time and effort, but every step you take brings you closer to financial freedom and growth. Keep up the great work! Section 5, time is your friend, patience in building credit. Now, here's the thing about building business credit. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You won't go from zero to hero overnight. It takes time, consistency, and a whole lot of patience. Just like Rome wasn't built in a day, your business credit score won't skyrocket instantly. Keep making those on-time payments, manage your debt responsibly, and watch your credit score steadily climb. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Building a solid business credit history is an ongoing process. Stay focused, stay patient, and you'll reap the rewards down the line. Section 6, the power of good credit habits. Remember those good habits your parents tried to instill in you? Well, they apply to your business credit too. Make it a habit to pay your bills on time every time. Late payments can seriously hurt your credit score. Keep your credit utilization low. That means not maxing out your credit cards. Lenders like to see that you're using your credit responsibly. And speaking of responsible use, don't apply for credit unless you really need it. Too many credit applications in a short period can raise red flags. Remember, building good business credit habits is like investing in your company's future. Section 7, reaping the rewards, benefits of strong business credit. All right, let's talk about the good stuff, the perks of having excellent business credit. First up, better loan terms. Think lower interest rates and more favorable repayment options. That means more cash flow for your business. Next, improve supplier relationships. Suppliers are more likely to offer you favorable payment terms when they see that you're a low-risk borrower. Strong business credit can also give you a competitive edge. When you're competing for contracts or clients, a good credit score can make you stand out from the crowd. So, keep up those good credit habits and watch your business thrive. Section 8, safeguarding your credit. Protecting your progress. You've worked hard to build your business credit, so let's make sure you protect it. Monitor your credit reports regularly. You can get free reports from business credit bureaus like Experian, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet. Look out for any errors or inaccuracies on your reports and dispute them immediately. These errors can negatively impact your credit score, so it's crucial to catch them early on. Consider setting up fraud alerts or credit monitoring services to receive notifications of any suspicious activity on your accounts. Remember, protecting your business credit is just as important as building it. Section 9, common credit misconceptions, separating fact from fiction. Let's clear up some common misconceptions about business credit. Myth number 1, my personal credit score doesn't matter for my business. Wrong. Lenders often consider personal credit history, especially for new businesses. Myth number 2, I only need to check my business credit once a year. Nope. Regular monitoring is key to catching errors and preventing fraud. Myth number 3, building business credit is too complicated. False. With a little effort and the right information, you can establish and build strong business credit. Don't let these myths hold you back. Section 10, resources for business owners. Seeking expert help, feeling a little overwhelmed? Don't worry, you're not alone. There are tons of resources available to help you navigate the world of business credit. The Small Business Administration, SBA, offers free counseling and resources for entrepreneurs. You can also find valuable information and tools on the websites of business credit bureaus. Don't hesitate to consult with a financial advisor or credit counselor. They can provide personalized guidance based on your specific business needs. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Take advantage of these resources and set your business up for success. Section 11, taking charge, your business, your credit future. Congratulations, business owners. You've made it to the end of this crash course on business credit. Remember, building good credit is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, discipline, and a commitment to financial responsibility. But here's the good news. You've got this. By following the tips and strategies outlined in this essay, you can establish a solid credit history for your business and unlock a world of opportunities. So go out there, make smart financial decisions, and build the business of your dreams. Your future is in your hands. Now go make it happen. Hey everyone, it's Graham Stephan here. Today we're diving into a powerful real estate strategy that can be a game changer for both buyers and sellers. Seller financing. Now, you might be thinking, seller financing? What's that? Well, put simply, seller financing is when the seller of a property acts as the bank, providing a loan to the buyer directly. Instead of the buyer getting a traditional mortgage from a bank or lender, they make payments to the seller. Think of it like this. You're essentially cutting out the middleman, the bank, and creating a more direct path to home ownership. Now, you might be wondering, why would a seller want to do this? Why not just have the buyer get a regular mortgage? Well, as we'll explore, there are some compelling advantages for both parties involved. In today's market, seller financing is becoming increasingly relevant. With rising interest rates and tighter lending standards, it can be challenging for buyers to secure traditional financing. This is where seller financing can be a lifesaver. For buyers who may not qualify for a conventional mortgage, seller financing can open doors to home ownership that would otherwise be closed. This could be due to credit challenges, self-employment income, or simply not meeting the strict requirements of traditional lenders. On the flip side, sellers can benefit from attracting a wider pool of potential buyers by offering this flexible financing option. In a competitive market, seller financing can be a powerful tool to make your property stand out and attract more offers. So we've established that seller financing can be advantageous for both buyers and sellers. But is it truly a win-win situation? Well, like any real estate strategy, there are potential benefits and drawbacks to consider. For buyers, the biggest draw is often the accessibility and flexibility that seller financing provides. It can be a pathway to home ownership when traditional financing is out of reach. Plus, seller financing often comes with less stringent qualifying criteria and potentially more favorable loan terms. Sellers, on the other hand, can benefit from a faster sale, potentially higher selling prices, and a steady stream of passive income from the buyer's mortgage payments. However, it's crucial to weigh these advantages against the risks involved, such as the possibility of buyer default or challenges in recouping the property. So we've touched on the advantages of seller financing for buyers, but let's delve a little deeper. Imagine this. You've found your dream home, but traditional lenders are giving you the runaround due to your self-employment income or maybe a credit score that took a hit a few years back. Frustrating, right? This is where seller financing can be a game changer. It often comes with more lenient qualifying criteria compared to banks. Sellers are often more understanding of individual circumstances and may be willing to work with buyers who don't fit the mold of a traditional borrower. And it's not just about qualifying. Seller financing can also offer more favorable loan terms. Think potentially lower interest rates, flexible down payment options, and even customized repayment schedules to fit your budget. This level of flexibility can make home ownership much more attainable. Now, imagine securing a loan with a lower interest rate than what banks are currently offering. Over the life of the loan, this could save you tens of thousands of dollars. That's money back in your pocket to invest, save, or even use to renovate your new home. Now let's flip the script and talk about why a seller might choose to finance a property. In a competitive market, sellers are always looking for ways to make their properties more attractive to potential buyers. This is where offering seller financing can be a major selling point. Think about it. You're not just selling a house. You're offering a financing solution that can be incredibly appealing, especially in a market where buyers might be struggling to secure traditional mortgages. This can significantly broaden your buyer pool, leading to a faster sale. But it's not just about selling faster. Seller financing can also translate into a higher selling price. When buyers have access to flexible financing options, they might be willing to pay a premium for that convenience. Plus, with a wider pool of potential buyers, you're more likely to receive multiple offers, driving up the final sale price. And here's an added bonus. Seller financing can provide a steady stream of passive income. As the buyer makes their mortgage payments, you receive regular cash flow, much like collecting rent, but without the hassle of being a landlord. This can be a great way to supplement your income or even plan for retirement. Now, while seller financing offers a world of potential benefits, it's important to approach it with a balanced perspective. Like any real estate transaction, there are inherent risks and drawbacks that both buyers and sellers need to be aware of. For buyers, one of the main concerns is the possibility of defaulting on the loan. Since the seller is acting as the lender, defaulting could mean losing the property and any payments made towards the principal. It's crucial to have a solid understanding of the loan terms and your ability to make consistent payments. Another potential drawback for buyers is that seller financing often involves shorter loan terms compared to traditional mortgages. This could translate into higher monthly payments. It's essential to carefully analyze the loan amortization schedule and ensure the payments align with your budget. For sellers, the biggest risk is the possibility of buyer default. If the buyer stops making payments, you might have to go through the foreclosure process to reclaim the property, which can be time-consuming and costly. It's crucial to carefully vet potential buyers and consider their financial stability. While seller financing can be a fantastic opportunity for buyers, it's not without potential downsides. Stepping into a seller finance deal without understanding the risks is like navigating a maze blindfolded. You might stumble upon the finish line, but it's more likely you'll bump into a few walls along the way. One of the most significant risks for buyers is the potential for scams or predatory lending practices. Remember, in seller financing, the seller essentially acts as the bank. While many sellers are ethical and trustworthy, there's always a risk of encountering someone looking to take advantage of unwary buyers. Another potential pitfall is the possibility of hidden costs or unfavorable loan terms. Unlike traditional mortgages, which are heavily regulated, seller financing agreements can be more flexible. This flexibility can be a double-edged sword, potentially leading to higher interest rates, balloon payments, or prepayment penalties if you're not careful. It's also crucial to consider the due diligence required on your end. As a buyer, you need to thoroughly vet the property and the seller just as you would with a traditional mortgage. This includes obtaining a property inspection, title search, and appraisal to ensure you're making a sound investment and that the property is free of any liens or encumbrances. Finally, remember that defaulting on a seller-financed loan carries significant consequences. Unlike traditional mortgages, where you might have some legal protections, defaulting on a seller-financed loan could lead to a much faster foreclosure process. This means you could lose the property and all the equity you've built, potentially facing financial setbacks that are much harder to recover from. Section 2 Seller Concerns, protecting your investment. Now let's shift gears and delve into the perspective of the seller. While offering seller financing can be a strategic move, it's not without its share of concerns. Think of it like this, as you're not just selling a property, you're essentially stepping into the shoes of a lender, taking on a certain level of financial risk. One of the most significant concerns for sellers is the risk of buyer default. Imagine this. You've sold your property, patiently waiting for those monthly payments to roll in, but suddenly they stop. The buyer has defaulted, leaving you with the daunting task of recouping your investment. And it's not just about the financial hit. Dealing with a default can be a logistical nightmare. You might have to navigate the foreclosure process, which can be time-consuming, expensive, and emotionally draining. And if the property has lost value or requires significant repairs, you could be left with a substantial financial burden. Another concern for sellers is ensuring they comply with all applicable state and federal lending laws. Seller financing regulations can be complex and vary significantly from state to state. Failing to comply with these regulations could expose you to legal challenges, financial penalties, or even jeopardize the entire transaction. Then there's the issue of opportunity cost. By opting for seller financing, you're essentially tying up your capital in the property until the buyer pays off the loan. This might limit your ability to reinvest those funds in other potentially more lucrative investment opportunities. Section 3, Mitigating Risks, Due Diligence and Legal Safeguards. We've explored the potential risks of seller financing for both buyers and sellers. Now let's focus on the crucial aspect of mitigating these risks. Think of it as building a safety net. You hope you never have to use it, but it's there to catch you if you fall. For buyers, due diligence is paramount. This means thoroughly researching the seller, scrutinizing the loan terms, and obtaining an independent property appraisal to ensure you're getting a fair deal. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and if something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts and walk away. It's also crucial to consult with a real estate attorney experienced in seller financing. They can review the contract, ensuring it protects your interests and complies with all applicable laws. A real estate attorney can be your advocate, guiding you through the complexities of the transaction and safeguarding your rights as a buyer. For sellers, mitigating risks starts with carefully vetting potential buyers. This involves reviewing their credit history, verifying income, and assessing their overall financial stability. Remember, you're essentially becoming their lender, so it's crucial to have confidence in their ability to repay the loan. Obtaining a professionally drafted promissory note and mortgage or deed of trust is non-negotiable. These legal documents outline the loan terms, repayment schedule, and consequences of default, protecting your interests as the lender. A clear and comprehensive agreement can help prevent misunderstandings and disputes down the road. Section 1, structuring a seller-financed deal, key components. All right, so we've covered the benefits and risks of seller financing, but how do you actually structure a deal that works for both parties? Think of it like building a house. You need a solid foundation and a clear blueprint to ensure a successful outcome. The first key component is the promissory note. This legally binding document outlines the buyer's promise to repay the loan, specifying the loan amount, interest rate, repayment schedule, and consequences of default. It's like the contract of the agreement, laying out the ground rules for both sides. Next comes the mortgage or deed of trust. This document provides security for the loan, giving the seller, the lender, a legal claim to the property if the buyer defaults. It's like an insurance policy for the seller, ensuring they have a way to recoup their investment if things go south. The loan-to-value, LTV ratio, is another crucial consideration. This refers to the amount of the loan compared to the property's appraised value. A lower LTV ratio, say 80% or less, generally indicates lower risk for the seller, while a higher LTV ratio, say 90% or more, might involve higher interest rates or additional safeguards. Finally, you'll need to determine the loan term, which is the length of time the buyer has to repay the loan. Seller-financed loans typically have shorter terms than traditional mortgages, often ranging from 5 to 15 years. Shorter terms can benefit the seller by providing quicker access to their capital, while longer terms might offer lower monthly payments for the buyer. Section 2, setting the stage. Negotiating terms and conditions. Now that we understand the key components, let's talk about negotiating the terms and conditions of a seller-financed deal. This is where both parties come to the table, expressing their needs and working towards a mutually beneficial agreement. The interest rate is often a focal point of negotiation. Sellers will want to secure a rate that compensates them for the risk of lending money and for tying up their capital. Buyers, on the other hand, will aim for a rate that's competitive with market rates or even slightly lower, given the inherent advantages of seller financing. The down payment is another crucial factor. A larger down payment reduces the seller's risk and can often result in more favorable loan terms for the buyer. Sellers might be willing to accept a smaller down payment if the buyer offers other incentives, such as a higher interest rate or a shorter loan term. Amortization, or how the loan is paid down over time, is also open for discussion. A fully amortizing loan ensures that each payment goes towards both principal and interest, gradually reducing the loan balance. Alternatively, a partially amortized loan might involve smaller monthly payments with a larger balloon payment due at the end of the term. Don't forget about prepayment penalties. Sellers might include these to protect themselves from losing out on interest income if the buyer decides to pay off the loan early. Buyers, however, will want to minimize or avoid prepayment penalties, giving them the flexibility to refinance or sell the property without incurring additional costs. Section 3, legal and financial considerations, dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Once you've negotiated the terms, it's time to address the legal and financial aspects of the deal. This is where meticulous attention to detail is crucial to ensure a smooth and legally sound transaction. Both parties should consult with experienced real estate attorneys to review the promissory note, mortgage, or deed of trust, and any other relevant documents. An attorney can help identify potential loopholes, ensure compliance with state and federal regulations, and protect your interests throughout the process. Obtaining a professional appraisal is non-negotiable. This provides an independent assessment of the property's market value, ensuring that the loan amount is appropriate and that both parties are entering into the deal with accurate information. Title insurance is another crucial safeguard. It protects both the buyer and the seller from any unknown title defects or claims that could arise after the sale. Imagine discovering after the fact that there's a lien on the property or that the seller didn't have clear ownership. Don't overlook property taxes and insurance. It's essential to establish a clear process for paying these recurring expenses. The buyer might make monthly payments to the seller, who then handles these costs, or the buyer might pay them directly to the relevant authorities. Finally, consider creating a formal written agreement outlining responsibilities for property maintenance and repairs. This helps prevent misunderstandings and disputes down the road, ensuring both parties are clear on their obligations. Section 4, safeguarding your interests, protecting against default and disputes. Even with meticulous planning, there's always a possibility of default or disputes arising in a seller-financed transaction. While you can't eliminate all risks, implementing safeguards can help minimize potential losses and headaches. For sellers, one crucial step is to thoroughly vet potential buyers. This includes reviewing credit reports, verifying income and employment history, and assessing their overall financial stability. Remember, you're essentially acting as a bank, so it's crucial to be confident in the buyer's ability to repay the loan. Consider including a due-on-sale clause in the mortgage or deed of trust. This clause allows you to accelerate the loan, demanding full payment if the buyer sells or transfers the property without your consent. It helps maintain control over the transaction and prevents the buyer from simply passing on their financial obligations to someone else. For buyers, seeking legal counsel throughout the process is paramount. An experienced real estate attorney can help you understand the terms of the agreement, identify potential red flags, and protect your interests in case of disputes with the seller. Maintaining open communication with the seller is crucial. If you encounter financial difficulties or anticipate challenges in making payments, reach out to the seller as soon as possible. Open dialogue can often lead to mutually agreeable solutions, potentially preventing a minor issue from escalating into a default. And finally, both parties should document all communication, agreements, and transactions related to the seller-financed deal. This creates a paper trail that can be invaluable in case of disagreements or legal disputes, providing evidence of the agreed-upon terms and actions taken by both sides. Case Study 1. The aspiring entrepreneur and the supportive seller. Let's bring seller financing to life with a real-life example. Meet Sarah, an aspiring entrepreneur with a dream of opening her own bakery. She had a solid business plan and the passion to make it succeed, but traditional lenders weren't biting. Her credit history was limited due to being a recent graduate, and her income, while promising, wasn't yet at the level required for a commercial loan. Sarah stumbled upon a charming storefront for sale in a bustling neighborhood. It was perfect for her bakery, but securing financing seemed impossible until she discovered seller financing. She approached the owner, a seasoned entrepreneur himself, who understood the challenges of starting a business. Impressed by Sarah's vision and determination, the seller agreed to finance the purchase. They structured a deal with a 10% down payment, a slightly higher interest rate than commercial loans at the time, and a 7-year loan term. This structure provided the seller with a steady stream of passive income, while allowing Sarah to launch her dream business without drowning in debt. Fast forward 3 years, Sarah's bakery is thriving. She's built a loyal customer base, expanded her menu, and even hired additional staff. She's consistently made her loan payments on time and is well on her way to owning her bakery outright. This case study exemplifies how seller financing can empower aspiring business owners to achieve their entrepreneurial dreams. Case Study 2, turning a rental property into a seller-financed success. Now let's shift our focus to John, a homeowner looking to sell his rental property. He'd owned the duplex for several years, generating steady rental income, but managing tenants and handling repairs was becoming increasingly time-consuming. He wanted to cash out his investment and diversify his portfolio. John listed the property for sale, but traditional buyers were scarce. The rental market in his area had softened, and potential buyers were hesitant to take on the responsibilities of being a landlord. John was starting to feel discouraged until he explored the option of seller financing. He restructured his listing to highlight the seller financing option, attracting a young couple eager to enter the real estate market. They loved the idea of owning a duplex, generating rental income to offset their mortgage payments. But their savings weren't quite enough for a large down payment on a conventional loan. John and the couple negotiated a seller finance deal with a 15% down payment, a competitive interest rate, and a 10-year loan term. The agreement included a clause stating that the couple would continue managing the property as landlords, ensuring continuity for the existing tenants. This scenario demonstrates how seller financing can breathe new life into a stagnant real estate listing, benefiting both the seller and the buyer. Section 3. Case Study 3. Navigating a win-win solution in a challenging market. Imagine a scenario where the real estate market is experiencing a downturn. Property values have dipped and traditional lenders are tightening their lending standards, making it challenging for buyers to qualify for mortgages. This is where seller financing can become a lifeline for both parties. Meet Emily, a homeowner facing a job relocation. She needed to sell her home quickly but was finding it difficult to attract buyers in the current market. Traditional buyers were scarce, and those who were interested were often lowballing her with offers significantly below market value. Enter Mark, a savvy investor seeking to expand his real estate portfolio. He recognized the potential in Emily's property, but knew securing a traditional mortgage in the current climate would be challenging. Aware of the situation, Emily proposed seller financing as a solution. They agreed upon a purchase price slightly below market value, but still favorable for Emily considering the circumstances. They structured the deal with a 5% down payment from Mark, a competitive interest rate, and a 7-year loan term. This agreement allowed Emily to sell her property quickly, albeit at a slightly lower price, while enabling Mark to acquire a valuable asset with minimal upfront investment. Section 1. Seller financing, a powerful tool in your real estate arsenal. As we've explored throughout this video, seller financing is a multifaceted real estate strategy with the potential to unlock opportunities for both buyers and sellers. It's not just about buying or selling a property, it's about forging a direct path to achieving your real estate goals, often when traditional methods fall short. For buyers, seller financing can be the key to unlocking the door to home ownership, especially in today's challenging market. It offers a level of flexibility and accessibility that traditional lenders often can't match. Imagine bypassing the stringent criteria of banks, negotiating favorable loan terms, and crafting a repayment plan that aligns with your unique financial situation. For sellers, embracing seller financing can be a strategic move to attract a wider pool of buyers, potentially command higher selling prices, and even generate a steady stream of passive income. In a competitive market, offering this flexible financing option can be the differentiator that sets your property apart and entices eager buyers. Section 2. Weighing the scales. Is seller financing right for you? Now, while seller financing presents a world of possibilities, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Like any real estate strategy, it's crucial to approach it with a balanced perspective, weighing the potential benefits against the inherent risks. For buyers, due diligence is paramount. Thoroughly research the seller, scrutinize the loan terms, obtain an independent property appraisal, and consult with a real estate attorney experienced in seller financing. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding the intricacies of the deal is crucial to protecting your interests. For sellers, mitigating risks starts with carefully vetting potential buyers, ensuring they have the financial capacity to repay the loan. Drafting a comprehensive promissory note and mortgage or deed of trust is non-negotiable, providing legal protection and outlining the terms of the agreement in clear, concise language. Section 3, unlocking possibilities, your next steps in the world of seller financing. If you're intrigued by the potential of seller financing, your journey doesn't end here. Take the next step by diving deeper into the world of seller financing. Connect with experienced real estate professionals in your area, including agents, attorneys, and financial advisors, specializing in this unique financing method. Explore online resources, attend webinars, and immerse yourself in the knowledge and insights shared by experts in the field. The more you learn, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the intricacies of seller financing and make informed decisions that align with your real estate goals. Remember, the real estate landscape is constantly evolving, and embracing innovative strategies like seller financing can empower you to adapt, thrive, and achieve your dreams. Whether you're buying your first home, expanding your investment portfolio, or simply seeking a more creative and flexible approach to real estate transactions. Welcome to the channel, investors. Today we're diving deep into the world of real estate, a world brimming with opportunity for those seeking financial freedom. For years, I've seen firsthand the incredible wealth-building potential of real estate. It's a tangible asset, a hedge against inflation, and a proven path towards generating passive income. But navigating the real estate landscape effectively requires knowledge, strategy, and understanding the tools at your disposal. One such tool, often overlooked but incredibly powerful, is the 1031 exchange. Section 2, Unlocking a Secret, introducing the 1031 exchange. The 1031 exchange, named after Section 1031 of the Internal Revenue Code, might sound complex, but its essence is surprisingly straightforward. Imagine selling a property and reinvesting the proceeds into another property, all while deferring capital gains taxes. That's the power of a 1031 exchange in a nutshell. Instead of letting Uncle Sam take a hefty chunk of your profits, the 1031 exchange allows you to keep that money working for you, fueling further investments and accelerating your journey towards financial independence. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting, understanding this powerful tool can unlock a world of possibilities in your real estate journey. Now that we've established the incredible potential of the 1031 exchange, let's break down its mechanics in simple terms. Essentially, a 1031 exchange allows you to swap one investment property for another, deferring the capital gains taxes you typically incur on the sale of the first property. Think of it as a strategic pause on paying taxes, giving you more capital to reinvest and potentially see even greater returns in the long run. But remember, this isn't about avoiding taxes altogether. It's about strategically deferring them to your advantage. The beauty of a 1031 exchange lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. By reinvesting your proceeds into a new property, you're essentially telling the IRS that your investment journey isn't over, it's simply evolving. Section 2, Like, Kind, and Qualified Properties, decoding the jargon. Now, you might be wondering what exactly qualifies for a 1031 exchange. Don't worry, we've got you covered. The IRS uses the term like kind to describe eligible properties, which essentially means you're exchanging one investment property for another. This is where the flexibility of a 1031 exchange shines. You're not limited to swapping identical properties. For instance, you could sell an apartment complex and use the proceeds to acquire a rental vacation home, or even exchange raw land for a commercial building. However, it's crucial to remember that the properties involved must be held for investment purposes. This means your primary residence or a property you plan to flip quickly for a profit wouldn't qualify. Understanding the nuances of like kind and qualified intermediary is crucial for a successful 1031 exchange. Section 3. Time is of the essence, understanding 1031 exchange deadlines. While the concept of deferring taxes might seem like a no-brainer, navigating the 1031 exchange process does involve adhering to specific timelines. The IRS has established strict deadlines to ensure a smooth and compliant exchange. Once you've sold your relinquished property, you have a limited window, known as the identification period, to identify potential replacement properties. This period is typically 45 days, and it's crucial to act swiftly and strategically. Following the identification period, you then have a 180-day exchange period to close the deal on your chosen replacement property. These deadlines are non-negotiable, so planning and meticulous execution are paramount to a successful 1031 exchange. Section 1. The tax deferral advantage, keeping more money in your pocket. Let's face it, nobody enjoys paying more taxes than they have to. That's where the 1031 exchange truly shines. By deferring those capital gains taxes, you're essentially giving yourself a free loan from the government, allowing you to reinvest a larger sum of money and potentially see greater returns. Imagine selling a property for a significant profit. Without a 1031 exchange, a portion of those hard-earned gains would go straight to the taxman, limiting your reinvestment potential. But with a 1031 exchange, you can preserve those profits and put them to work immediately in a new investment. This tax deferral strategy can be especially beneficial in hot real estate markets where property values are rising steadily. As your investments appreciate, so do your potential capital gains taxes. A 1031 exchange allows you to ride that wave of appreciation, deferring taxes along the way and maximizing your wealth-building potential. Remember, it's not about avoiding taxes forever. It's about strategically timing those tax payments to your advantage, allowing your investments to compound and grow exponentially over time. Section 2. Building a real estate empire using 1031 exchanges for portfolio growth. For ambitious investors, the 1031 exchange can be a secret weapon for building a truly impressive real estate portfolio. It's like a game of property chess, strategically swapping one asset for another to enhance your holdings and maximize returns. Let's say you start with a small apartment building. As you gain experience and your financial situation improves, you might set your sights on a larger complex with greater income potential. A 1031 exchange allows you to seamlessly transition to that larger property, deferring taxes and leveraging your equity to its fullest. Moreover, 1031 exchanges aren't limited to simply upgrading to larger properties. You can also use them to diversify your portfolio geographically or across different asset classes. For instance, you could sell a property in a saturated market and use the proceeds to acquire a vacation rental in a high-demand tourist destination. The possibilities are truly endless, limited only by your investment strategy and the available opportunities in the market. With careful planning and execution, 1031 exchanges can be the catalyst for building a real estate empire that generates passive income and secures your financial future. Section 3. Flexibility and control. Adapting to changing market conditions. The real estate market is a dynamic beast, constantly evolving with economic trends and shifting demographics. What makes the 1031 exchange so powerful is its inherent flexibility, allowing you to adapt your investment strategy to capitalize on new opportunities and navigate market fluctuations. Let's say you own a commercial property in an area experiencing economic decline. Rental income might be dwindling and property values could be stagnant or even declining. A 1031 exchange gives you the power to exit that market strategically, reinvesting in a more promising location with stronger growth potential. Furthermore, 1031 exchanges can be used to manage risk and optimize your portfolio's performance. If you're approaching retirement and seeking more stable passive income streams, you could exchange a property with high maintenance costs and tenant turnover for a triple net leased property with a long-term reliable tenant. The ability to adapt to changing market conditions is crucial for long-term success in real estate investing. The 1031 exchange provides that adaptability, empowering you to make strategic decisions that align with your financial goals and risk tolerance. Section 1, step-by-step, navigating the 1031 exchange process. Now that we've explored the benefits of a 1031 exchange, let's demystify the process itself. While it might seem complex at first glance, Breaking it down into manageable steps can make it much less daunting. The journey begins with identifying a suitable replacement property within the strict 45-day identification period. This requires swift action and thorough market research to ensure you're making a sound investment decision. Once you've identified potential replacement properties, the next crucial step is securing a qualified intermediary. This neutral third party plays a pivotal role in facilitating the exchange, ensuring all legal and tax requirements are met. The qualified intermediary will handle the funds from the sale of your relinquished property, ensuring they remain separate from your other assets. They'll also coordinate the purchase of the replacement property, adhering to the strict timelines outlined by the IRS. Throughout the process, it's essential to maintain clear and consistent communication with your qualified intermediary, real estate agent, and tax advisor to ensure a smooth and successful exchange. Section 2, the qualified intermediary, your trusted guide in the exchange. In the world of 1031 exchanges, the qualified intermediary isn't just a helpful resource, they're an absolute necessity. This independent third party acts as the guardian of the exchange process, ensuring everything runs smoothly and complies with IRS regulations. Think of the qualified intermediary as the conductor of an orchestra, coordinating all the moving parts of the exchange. They hold the proceeds from the sale of your relinquished property in a secure escrow account, ensuring they're not commingled with your other funds. Moreover, the qualified intermediary prepares all the necessary paperwork, facilitates the transfer of funds, and ensures both the relinquished and replacement properties meet the IRS's like-kind requirements. Choosing the right qualified intermediary is paramount to a successful 1031 exchange. Look for a reputable company with a proven track record, experienced professionals, and a commitment to transparency and communication. Remember, the qualified intermediary is your trusted advisor throughout the exchange process, guiding you through each step and ensuring you reap the full benefits of this powerful tax deferral strategy. Section 3. Potential pitfalls, common mistakes to avoid in a 1031 exchange. While the 1031 exchange offers incredible advantages, it's not without potential pitfalls. Understanding these common mistakes and how to avoid them can save you from costly tax liabilities and headaches down the road. One frequent mistake is failing to meet the strict 45-day identification period or the 180-day exchange period deadlines. These timelines are non-negotiable, and missing them could disqualify your exchange, triggering immediate capital gains taxes. Another common error is directly receiving the proceeds from the sale of your relinquished property. Doing so, even momentarily, can jeopardize the entire exchange process and result in unexpected tax consequences. Additionally, failing to properly identify replacement properties or choosing properties that don't meet the like-kind requirements can also derail your 1031 exchange. It's crucial to consult with a qualified tax advisor or real estate attorney specializing in 1031 exchanges to ensure you're on solid ground. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to 1031 exchanges. By understanding the potential pitfalls and taking proactive steps to avoid them, you can maximize your chances of a successful and rewarding exchange experience. Section 1. Case Study 1. The savvy investor who upgraded their portfolio. Let's dive into some real-world examples to solidify our understanding of how 1031 exchanges work in practice. Meet Sarah, a seasoned investor who'd owned a small apartment building for several years. While the property generated steady cash flow, Sarah had her sights set on a larger complex with greater income potential and appreciation possibilities. However, selling her current building would trigger a hefty capital gains tax bill, significantly reducing the capital she'd have available for reinvestment. This is where the 1031 exchange came into play. Sarah worked with a qualified intermediary and a savvy real estate agent to identify a larger apartment complex in a desirable location with strong growth potential. Within the 45-day identification period, she had a signed purchase agreement, and within the 180-day exchange period, the deal was finalized. By utilizing a 1031 exchange, Sarah seamlessly transitioned to a larger, more profitable property while deferring those capital gains taxes. This allowed her to maximize her reinvestment power and accelerate her journey towards building a truly impressive real estate portfolio. Section 2, Case Study 2, Diversifying Holdings with a 1031 exchange. Next, let's meet Mark, an investor looking to diversify his real estate holdings and mitigate risk. Mark owned a commercial property leased to a single tenant in a sector experiencing economic headwinds. Concerned about the long-term viability of his tenant and the potential decline in property value, Mark decided to explore his options. A 1031 exchange provided the perfect solution. Mark identified a portfolio of single-family rental properties in a stable market with consistent demand. These properties offered diversification across multiple tenants and a different asset class, reducing his overall investment risk. Through a well-executed 1031 exchange, Mark was able to exit a potentially risky investment and transition to a more diversified portfolio aligned with his long-term financial goals. Section 3, Case Study 3, Navigating a Challenging Market with a 1031. Finally, let's consider Emily, an investor who found herself facing a challenging real estate market. Emily owned a vacant lot in an area where development had stalled and property values remained stagnant. Despite the challenging market conditions, Emily had a vision for the property's potential. She identified a developer who was interested in acquiring the land and constructing a mixed-use development project. However, selling the vacant lot would trigger capital gains taxes, significantly reducing the capital Emily had available to reinvest in a new opportunity. Once again, the 1031 exchange proved to be an invaluable tool. Emily worked with her qualified intermediary to structure a delayed exchange. This allowed her to identify a replacement property after the sale of her vacant lot, providing her with more time and flexibility to find the perfect reinvestment opportunity. As we've explored throughout this video, the 1031 exchange is a powerful tool for real estate investors of all levels. It's not just a tax deferral strategy, it's a gateway to unlocking hidden potential in your investments and accelerating your journey towards financial freedom. Whether you're seeking to upgrade your portfolio, diversify your holdings, or navigate challenging market conditions, the 1031 exchange provides the flexibility and control to make strategic decisions that align with your unique investment goals. Remember, it's not about avoiding taxes altogether, it's about strategically deferring those taxes and leveraging that capital to fuel further growth and generate greater returns over time. The power of compounding, coupled with the strategic advantages of a 1031 exchange, can be a game changer for your real estate investing journey. Navigating the complexities of a 1031 exchange requires careful planning, meticulous execution, and a thorough understanding of the IRS regulations governing these transactions. While we've covered the essentials in this video, consulting with qualified professionals is crucial for a successful and stress-free exchange experience. A seasoned real estate agent specializing in 1031 exchanges can help you identify suitable replacement properties that meet your investment criteria and align with your long-term goals. A qualified tax advisor can provide personalized guidance on the tax implications of your exchange and ensure you're maximizing the benefits while remaining compliant with all IRS regulations. And of course, partnering with a reputable qualified intermediary is non-negotiable. They'll act as your trusted guide throughout the entire exchange process, handling the intricate details and ensuring everything runs smoothly from start to finish. In the world of real estate investing, knowledge is power, and the 1031 exchange is a powerful tool that can propel your investments to new heights. By embracing this strategy, you're joining the ranks of savvy investors who understand the value of long-term growth, strategic tax planning, and maximizing returns. Remember, the 1031 exchange isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a strategic tool that should be carefully considered in the context of your overall investment strategy, financial situation, and long-term goals. By taking the time to educate yourself, seeking expert guidance, and approaching each exchange with a well-defined plan, you can harness the power of this strategy to build a more robust, profitable, and resilient real estate portfolio. As we wrap up, I encourage you to take action. Don't let the potential of the 1031 exchange pass you by. Start by deepening your knowledge through further research, attending webinars, or connecting with experienced investors in your network. Next, assemble your team of experts, a real estate agent, a tax advisor, and a qualified intermediary who can guide you through every step of the exchange process and ensure a successful outcome. And finally, start exploring potential investment opportunities with the 1031 exchange in mind. The real estate market is brimming with possibilities, and with the right knowledge and strategies, you can unlock incredible potential and achieve your financial dreams. Thanks for joining me today, and remember, in the world of real estate investing, fortune favors the bold and the informed. Happy investing. The key to your new home: understanding home loans. Buying a home is a big step. It can be exciting and a little scary. Most people need help to buy a house. That's where home loans come in. A home loan is like a big loan from a bank or lender. This loan helps you pay for your house. It's important to understand how these loans work. You need to find the right loan for you. Think of a home loan as a partnership. You and the lender work together. You want to buy a house. The lender helps you do that. You promise to pay back the money over time. This agreement is a big responsibility. It's important to make sure you can afford the loan payments. There are many different types of home loans. Each one has its own rules and benefits. Some loans have low interest rates. Some loans have longer repayment terms. It all depends on your specific needs and situation. In this essay, we'll explore the different types of home loans. We'll help you find the one that's right for you. A loan for everyone, exploring your options. Navigating the world of home loans can feel overwhelming. There are many options to consider. It's important to remember you're not alone in this process. Millions of people have successfully purchased homes using these loans. Here's a list of some common types of home loans. Fixed-rate mortgages. These loans have interest rates that stay the same for the life of the loan. Adjustable-rate mortgages, ARMs. These loans have interest rates that can change over time. FHA loans. These loans are insured by the Federal Housing Administration. They are designed to help borrowers with lower credit scores or smaller down payments. VA loans. These loans are guaranteed by the Department of Veterans Affairs. They offer favorable terms to eligible veterans, active duty military personnel, and surviving spouses. USDA loans. These loans are backed by the United States Department of Agriculture. They assist borrowers in rural areas with low to moderate income. Each loan type has its own set of advantages and disadvantages. We will discuss these in detail in the following sections. Remember, your financial situation, credit score, and long-term goals will determine which loan is best for you. Don't be afraid to ask questions and shop around for the best rates and terms. A knowledgeable mortgage lender can guide you through the process and help you make an informed decision. Fixed-rate mortgages. Predictability and peace of mind. Fixed-rate mortgages are the most popular type of home loan. They offer stability and predictability. With a fixed-rate mortgage, your interest rate stays the same for the entire life of the loan. This means your monthly mortgage payment, principal and interest, will also remain constant. This predictability can be very reassuring. You'll always know exactly how much you'll owe each month. This makes budgeting easier. You won't have to worry about your payments suddenly increasing if interest rates go up. Fixed-rate mortgages are a good choice for borrowers who value stability and predictability. If you prefer knowing exactly what your payment will be each month, a fixed-rate mortgage is a good option. Additionally, if you plan to stay in your home for a long time, since the interest rate is locked in, you can benefit from staying in your home for many years, even if interest rates rise. However, it's important to note that fixed-rate mortgages generally have slightly higher starting interest rates